experience. I don't have words to describe it.
Walk me through what was kind of going through your mind there as you're getting ready for that field goal.
I mean, it was kind of back and forth with both teams there at the end. Like, I didn't know if we were going to get a chance. My biggest thing is just staying ready no matter what. I was continually getting reps in the net and just ready for every opportunity.
When did you know that you were going to be sent out there for that last field goal?
It was mentioned to me at halftime, so I kind of knew throughout then that I'd be the next guy. So.
From any distance, or was there a mark where you were limited?
We set our lines pregame, so I had a line and Drew had a line, so it just kind of depends on who they're putting in.
Okay.
What's your mind like when you were stepping out there for that? I mean, there's been so many big moments for kickers in this stadium and against this team. What's it like for you? What are you thinking when you're going out there on the field?
I'm really trying not to think about anything. Like, it's the same kick I've always made. Like, it's just a little bit more pressure, but I try not to let that get to me. Done it a million times. There's no reason to mess something up now.
When was the last time you kicked in a competitive game?
I think it was a year ago today. Central Michigan versus Eastern Michigan.
For 11 and a half games, I mean, you weren't kicking at all. I mean, how do you stay mentally ready? And then here, when it's 30 degrees and windy, and oh, by the way, go out and kick this game winner. I mean, how do you mentally put yourself in that position to go out and do your job?
Iowa does a good job with just like keeping you ready, no matter if you're a backup, if you're a starter. I felt ready from the day I got here, so I was just waiting for my opportunity and made the most of it.
What are these
Going back to when you got here, what was kind of that transfer portal process like for you?
So I entered the transfer portal before spring ball. I talked to a couple schools, and I was just kind of ready to wrap it up. Like, I was done playing football, and I think 2 weeks before school started is when Coach Woods texted me. He's like, "You want to be a Hawkeye?" I ended up on campus, I think, like 3 days before school started. So it's been a crazy ride.
What does it mean?
Why
to
were you ready to
have-
wrap it up?
I'm in engineering, so it's kind of been hard with like doing school and football, and I was kind of just ready to move on in my life, but I got the opportunity here and figured, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, so why would he not come here?
What was the
does it
sale?
mean to you to have that kind of, have LeVar have that type of confidence in you to send you in with that that amount of time left?
I mean, it feels great. I feel like I proved myself all year, so even in practice and whatnot. So I feel like he had confidence in me, and I have confidence in him and the rest of the team. So
You made 30 field goals in college. Did any of them approach this in terms of dramatics?
no, not even close.
After you make a kick like that, is it time to retire now? You going out on top?
You never know.
When you kicked it, did you know it was good right off your foot and just start celebrating?
I mean, I always like to wait and see, because there's those kickers that celebrate before and then misses. So, I mean, I just like to wait and make sure it's in.
So what was the sales pitch like? I mean, if you were mentally done or whatever with football, maybe, how did he convince you to come here? Because obviously Iowa had a kicker already.
Mm-hmm. I think it was just the atmosphere. It's a very family-oriented atmosphere, and I think that really makes me feel like I'm at home. I've never been to Iowa, and it's been great ever since I've been there. So
So
Were
what
you
happened when
practicing
you?
kicking during that time, during the summer when you thought you were done?
So at the beginning, I was like once a week, and then towards the end, I was just kind of out of be kicking. Like, I was kind of just mentally done with it, and I didn't think I was going to get another opportunity until Coach Woods texted me. Then I started going 3 or 4 times a week right after that. But most of summer, I wasn't kicking that much.
What happened when you went in the portal? Were you close to going anywhere?
I was talking to a couple other schools. With academics, it's hard being in engineering. I was just, talked to a couple schools, but nothing ended up working out.
Had you been texting with Coach Woods at all, or would this come out of the blue? He just hit you up that day?
So Coach Cox, he's one of the assistants here. He recruited me to Central Michigan, but so when they needed a kicker, he kind of put in a word for me to Coach Woods, and that was like 2 weeks before school started when I first talked to him.
So you'd never been to Iowa, but did you know anything about Iowa football, or what was your knowledge, I guess, of Iowa football at that point?
I really didn't know a whole lot, if I'm being honest. Like, I've always known they're a hard-nosed football team, and I feel like that fit me well, and that's kind of why I wanted to come here.
Do you know, you said you were studying engineering, like if you didn't keep playing football, what you would have done?
I was just going to finish up my degree and then move on.
did you originally get into it?
So I played soccer my whole life, probably since I was like 5. Did that, and then one of our family friends was a high school coach, so he kind of forced me into playing football, kick in, and then started going to camps and started getting a little better, and ended up getting to college. So.
Did